Now to kind of conclude the intro to drawing, I want to talk about layering and how objects can be layered. So just imagine you have multiple objects and you want to stack them on top of each other. So let's say you had a rectangle and you want to put a circle on top of it to draw your object. So I'm going to call layering. So this is a sketch that we've worked on before. We have three objects in here. We have a rectangle located at 100, 150, ends up being a square because the dimensions are the same. We have an ellipse or a circle because the dimensions are the same at 56, 46. And that's the center point of your ellipse. And then you also have another one, 150, 300, and that's a rectangle. A couple other things, you'll notice that the coordinates are showing up. So when I hit run, I should be able to kind of see where this stuff is located. So right here, the center point of this circle is 56, 46. Now, let's say I wanted to move the circle to be inside the square. I kind of need to know the center point. Looks like 125, 170. So what I want to do is on my sketch, I want to change the center point 125, 170 approximately to be where my circle will be on top of my rectangle. Now, if I go ahead and do that, you'll notice that it is on top of the square. Now, the reason is processing goes from the top down. So everything runs from draw and it just goes through these lines of code. So the first object it sees is rectangle or that square. And then it changes the color and the stroke weight, and then it draws the ellipse and then the rectangle. So when I look here, this is being drawn second. That's why it's on top of the square. So it's a layering effect. Now, it doesn't really look like it's centered exactly, so maybe we have to drop it down to 175. Doing the math exactly, I would recommend. It was a little big, so I'm going to go drop it down to 120 or to 25 and 25, so it will shrink the circle. I'm going to also make the stroke just one. It's a little thick for my liking, so it will change the object. Now you'll notice, oh, it's a green circle, a little bit seen, but the background is still purple. Let's change that so it's a little bit more profound. I'm going to actually make it blue, 0, 0, 255. And as you guys notice, that will change it to blue. There is my green outline circle in my purple square with a yellow boundary. Now the stroke just looks a little weird, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eliminate stroke weight and stroke, and I'm going to call another function that we haven't used yet. It's called no stroke. Now what you'll notice is no stroke does exactly what it does. It creates no outline. So what I should have, if I go ahead and run it, I have a circle with no outline and a rectangle down here with no outline. Sometimes you don't want outlines. No stroke is the way to go. No fill would also do the same effect. It will just make it whatever is behind. That is how we layer. Now you guys can mess around with ordering of your objects based off of top-down philosophy. Whatever you put down first, everything else goes on top of that.